Kubor nakaslem jong unong san Hima.
Unong yalam ka All India Trinamool Congress Dr. Mukul sangma ula Kyntait mardor ya Jingkam jong MLA ka BJP uba Ïakren bakila Ïakren haba di Shaban Pynïasoh no bat ka BJP. Dr. Mukul sangma haba krem kinong tok kubor ha kaslem trekam jong ka seng hanong ba shalong ula ong baulai Ïakren ni ha gilat patai kubor bat haduk mentaru kidang dan gibato halor kania. Ula banrap da ba ong ba umla ban khang ban tho ikini ki khubor bat kan bha shu shu la da ki briu ki sngo na kasuntur jong kitarai ula banrap da ba ong ba ka TMC ru ka kwa ba ki ki MLA ken wan men Pynïasoh no bat ka seng
compiled by friends from media. We have not met for a long time, but you continue to have the stories. I have also only learned from the stories, but I thought you people will talk to me and carry the story. It didn't happen. And I continue to see, even today I see a story. But if you go through, I was going through, you will see that, okay, it's a product of speculation, assumption, presumption. And I can't stop you from presuming and assuming and having a Jewish story. I think it will have more audience. But the fact is that, please hear from the horse's mouth before a story of such nature is carried. Because these type of stories send conflicting messages, and I have reasons to believe that these stories must be also connected with the election that's on. Today is a poll day. Soyong election, the polling has been just completed, and on the run-up for this election. So I think I have made it abundantly clear last time when one of our media friends managed to connect with me on the phone. Is it an attempt to actually divert the narrative? The narrative which should be focused on very serious, important issues confronting the people of the state. Has somebody attempted and successfully utilized some from amongst our friends from media? You have to be more analytical as well. That's why I would say that the moment you have these stories coming as a part of somebody's speculation, we are always available. Please get connected and get from the horse's mouth. It is natural for every political party to strategize for themselves, and we are doing the same. We also would like other MLAs to join us and march with our party. We welcome many of our friends who would decide, okay, by joining with TMC, maybe we can aggregate our strength together and work together. I think the state needs today unification and coming together of all political parties. I have tried this along with my colleagues, along with my party functionaries, including some of the leaders of different political parties, immediately after the election results were declared. On the 3rd, you have seen, the whole collective endeavor to do justice to the aspirations of the people, to do justice to the mandate of the people. What is the mandate of the people? The mandate of the people is abundantly clear that the mandate of the people was to have an alternative government. See, Ba A.L. Haq is a very good friend of mine. We have worked together for a long, long time. He was in Congress while we were in Congress. He was in the Council of Ministers when I was the CM. So you have seen this long association. And the good thing is that he wanted to meet me on the 3rd. On the 3rd. That means 2nd was the result, no? On the 3rd of March morning, we had tea and we congratulated each other. But he was in a hurry to go to his meeting. But he told me one thing. He said that he was not happy with the outcome of the whole election results, obviously. Because I think BJP also went hammer and tong to see that they win as many seats as available. But his concern was pertaining to whether we allow the continuation of this government. So only one thing he said, please do anything to see that this same reason does not come again. Then we said, we are doing it precisely. And then that you saw as a sequel to that. On the 3rd, we tried to come together It's a different thing that we could not give fruition to our whole collective effort, because as I have said, the overall development that you saw after all these members of different political parties converged to one particular place, committing to that agenda of giving an alternative, viable, pro-people, the most wanted alternative government to the people. So that's the time when I met. But he didn't say that I should join BJP nor anything. He only said that please do something to see that this government doesn't come back. Yes, we all agree. Even now I say that this government should go. In fact, even now, all these political parties. But the thing is that you are seeing the desperate attempt of the people who are in the present dispensation, in authority, desperately trying to remain in power. Why do I say this? You have seen recently merger of two members belonging to one regional parties. What does it indicate? You have to be analytical and find out the background. What are those factors which have compelled these two MLAs to ultimately decide to merge with this NPP? Replace the earlier government. What has happened? On the third and afterwards is there for everyone to see. But we did try to engage with all our colleagues from different political parties, the leadership of different political parties, and do justice to the overall call of duty in sync with the aspirations and mandate of the people. But what has unfolded subsequently is a different thing. You have seen members of certain political parties who was party in the discussion suddenly disappearing, then another one disappearing. So what are those indicative of? That means unhealthy, unscrupulous horse trading must have followed with the fallout that you see and reinstallation of the same regime. And it will be our incumbent responsibility to see that we find ways and means now to effectively respond to our call of duty in protecting the interests of the people and the state. We have taken resolve with utmost sense of sincerity that under any circumstances, we will not allow anybody to take the interests of the people and the state for granted. Our resolve is there to ensure that we protect the interests of the people and interests of the state. And in the coming days, you will see many things happening, many things unfolding, and we will be taking on this government. You will see many things happening. Please wait and have some amount of patience. We will not be found wanting in discharging our responsibilities. We remain committed to the people of the state. So I think you have all the answers. The answer is that the present dispensation who are in the government are desperately trying to ensure that they remain in power because they have reasons to be worried if they are not in power. Now you have to draw your own conclusion. Why I am saying this? Because if they are not in power, lots of responsibility on the authority, if another dispensation come in power, will be that the interests of the state and the people being the priority, you'll have to find out what has gone in the past. Now, elections have been just completed. New government has been installed. The present government is desperate to remain in power, and the result, the fallout, is visible before the people. But as we look at the whole political dynamics that will unfold in future, because of this desperation of these people in power to remain in power, you'll have to see how to ensure that you alert the people, that people remain alert, vigilant, and responsive to a given situation. and take the government head on. Whenever we see that the interests of the people are under compromise, when the self-centric and ever-swelling greed of the people are superseding all other priorities, contrary to the priority which should revolve around the larger good and larger interests of the people. To strengthen our party at the grassroots level, building any new political party always have its own inherent challenges. And the challenges notwithstanding, we have come a long way. We have come a long way. You look at all other political parties and the share of the votes in the last election. That means people have gravitated towards this particular political party. They have connected, their aspirations with this political party. So we remain connected with them, and we will see how further we strengthen this party and is able to see that this party ultimately become an instrument for the purpose of serving the people and serving the state. Every political party has to be seen from that perspective. Every political party must be a party which provides a platform for people who share the same objective, same sense of responsibility, with utmost sense of commitment and sincerity to focus on the priorities of the people, the interests of the state.